And I got through the interview, and at the end of the interview, the director says, well, now we're going to take you to lunch, Jeff. Lunch? Lunch did not sound good, but we had to go to lunch. So we went to this place that was called the University Club. You had to have a membership just to get in the door. It was like a country club, but just a restaurant. And it was on the 12th floor of a building. And we go up there, and they sit all 13 of us at this big table right in the middle. And, of course, it's very nice, the waiters with the towels over their arms and all that sort of thing. And I, of course, had to order something, but I am smart. I knew I could not let one single morsel touch my stomach. So nothing was ever swallowed. I just kind of played with my food a little bit, trying to deflect attention to the fact that I was eating nothing and sicker than a dog. And I don't know how I did it, but at one point in the lunch, the tines of my fork were underneath a pile of rice pilaf. And the handle of the fork kind of stuck off the edge of the plate. And as I was talking with my hands, I somehow managed to hit the edge of the fork, thus converting it into a rice pilaf catapult. Rice and bits of pepper and onions and tomato and all the other crap they put in rice pilaf sprayed into the air. It went on people's hair. One poor guy had a tomato stuck to his glasses lens. It was on lapels, and I was mortified. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like sweeping it off people, picking it out of this woman's hair and all this sort of thing. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It was an unmitigated disaster. And at the end of the lunch, the interview guy said, as he was walking me out, oh, we'll be in touch. I'm like, oh, I bet. So I fly back home to New Mexico. I'm in my office in Santa Fe the next day, and the phone rings. It's the director from Lincoln, Nebraska. He was very kind. He called up and said, Jeff, I just wanted to give you a courtesy call. We decided to go with someone else. The committee wasn't comfortable with you. I wanted to tell him I wasn't so comfortable around the committee either. I got to admit, I was kind of disappointed. I wanted that job. I was pretty down. But the next day, I got an interview with a different place, and that's where I got a job, and it turned out to be a great experience. And so, as you're getting ready for your first real interview after Creighton University, I want you to remember the guy who looked like Jared from Subway, and remember the interview he had in 1994. Laugh a little bit at my expense. I totally invite you. And that will make you feel a little bit better. Because the odds of you having an experience like that are about that much. It's not going to happen to you. You're going to do just fine. And even if you have an interview that is as bad as that one, I still got another interview the next day. And then the interview took place a week or two later. But in a nice twist of fate and a bit of irony, during that interview luncheon, the vice president who was interviewing me took a bite of his turkey sandwich. And he did it just the right way, launching the contents of that sandwich across the table and onto the seat bench right next to me. He was mortified. I was relieved that it didn't happen to me.